Oh yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up on the Friday night? What's up, Pete? What's good, Pete? What's good, Vegas? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, what up, Mike?
Man, we are killing it. We are doing great. We got some more of the team coming through here shortly. Shout out to everybody. We already got people in the comments. We got Ashley in the comments. We got Amy in the comments. And that's just over on the YouTube side. Got to check the Facebook. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Rumble. We are live on YouTube. We are live everywhere you want to be. So,
Hey,
guys, check us out. I'm going to go ahead and hit the share over in the YouTube. Boom. Shout out to Cindy as well. Shout out to Izzy in the chat. Wow, man. Chat's blowing up
okay,
already. We love it.
Look, chat. We gonna give y'all a chance to bring y'all butts home, man. Don't be scared to come up on here on a Friday night. Don't look. I'm back, and first off, I want to give a shout out to Mike and everybody who held it down last week. While I was up in the hospital, I had a situation dealing with some more ailments, and I was gonna come on, but unfortunately, at 9 o'clock, people were nodding off in the hospital, so it was gonna probably be a little bit too loud. So unfortunately, I couldn't come on, but hey, that just shows the power and the strength of the feed to keep it going. So on behalf of me, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for all the love that y'all sent out for your boy. For real. I mean it. I really mean that. God bless all y'all, man. Because it's always good to know that even when you're dealing with things, somebody gives a damn about you. So I appreciate all that. So again, on my behalf, thank you. God bless y'all, man. And keep sending that love not only to me, but to each other and in the feed in general, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, the feed then got up to 2,500, man.
Let's go.
2,500. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the group was created for. Hey, the numbers are just a blessing, but the group was created to create a safe space or community to where epileptics and caretakers and all of us can come in and be one, man, because that's what it's all about. We know as epileptics, it's hard to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it all the time because as epileptics, man, we get looked at differently. You know, Sometimes we don't know when we might have those seizures, but you know, people who look at us when we do kind of scares them away. It kind of pushes them away. And I know it might be hard to receive, but I'm here to let y'all know it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. Cause like we tell y'all all the time, if you have epilepsy, you can't be no punk. Look, don't get upset when somebody can't stay in your life. And don't get angry with them if they decide to leave. Let the door be open, man, because somebody walks out your life and somebody better come in and ride with you, man. It's all about that. Don't let that depress y'all because somebody just can't be there anymore. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Cause trust me, that might be 9 times out of 10 is the work of God. Some people come in your life for a season, and some people come up in your life for a reason. You know, and we go through seasons and whatnot. I'm gonna say this, and I'm just going off of my own experiences. There have been people who have came into my life. There have been people who have chosen to leave my life on account of my epilepsy. But there have been people, Mike being one of them, because I never knew who Mike was. It was just by the grace of God that me and Mike connected. I mean, I found out who Mike was on
He
account.
says that, but if he was going to be honest, he was a huge fan of my comedy.
If I'm gonna be honest, like what Mike said, I was a huge fan of his comedy, as you hear him right now, being comedic right now. But yo, I mean, me and Mike then click just like this. I love Mike like a brother, and then it's a beautiful thing when epileptics are doing something, and the caretakers we're all doing something because yo, it ain't no better feeling than to be able to still live. So if y'all sitting out there fighting through depression and things like that, feeling like you can't do nothing, I'm gonna tell you right now, cut it out. Stop it. Stop doing that. Y'all gonna have me up on here Friday night cussing at y'all, and that's the last thing that I want to do because we'll call it the Feed Uncut Special Edition. And I will go off on y'all because I tell y'all every week, if you have epilepsy, you can't be no punk. Your life is gonna change, but that's okay. What it's gonna do is gonna make you tough. Epilepsy makes us tough. Yes, we go through it all. We go through the why do I have this? It's making me sad. I don't know what to do. I'm depressed. I feel like I'm in a dark space. We all go through it. But hey, we don't stay up on that because we all want to live, baby. We all want to live. And the feed is an example of us as a community living. So get your ass up and live. You hear me? I'm gonna say it again. I might get in trouble. I might get put on, but get your ass up and live. Okay? Don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. Because look at it as a sign of God. You know, because God give his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. Look at it from that aspect. Look at it from the fact that you're tough because everybody can't live our lives, man. Everybody can't do it. And if I'm being honest, would you want your family to deal with what it is that you're dealing with? I know I wouldn't. Now, I don't know what it is that they see all of the time when we go through these seizures and things like that. I have been on that side to where I've seen somebody have them frequently, but now I'm on the other side where instead of me seeing, I'm the one being looked at. You know, but at the end of the day, if you come out of it, I'm gonna tell y'all something that my mother told me. She used to ask me one question: do I want to go to the hospital? And I would tell her no all the time. And then she would say one thing: well, get your butt up off of that floor. So y'all get y'all butts up off of that floor. Mentally, emotionally, figuratively, and if you're up on the floor, just get up, baby. You have a divine type of strength up in your body that epilepsy creates, whether you want it to or not. And it's a lot of people out there that y'all like that are famous that are epileptic too, but they're not letting it stop them. Hey, who knows? We can be actually talking to the next person to maybe what? Get a gold medal, get an Emmy, get an Oscar, write a book, a best-selling book. Y'all have that inside y'all, man. We got that inside us. I mean, look at the feed. Look at the feed. 2,500 people. It ain't even a year old yet. But yet, 2,500 people. Do y'all know how many? That's a lot of people to have. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or whatnot, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people because, hey, I don't even think I got 1,000 friends on Facebook, and I really don't care. But 2,500, And the most you can have on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, is 5,000. So that's half. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Put a smile on, like the old McDonald's commercial. Put a smile on, which I hope. But you eat what you want to eat. I wouldn't advise you to eat it, but you eat what you want to eat. But put a smile on, baby. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. If you up in the chat, tap in. Tap in. We're offering you the chance to come on. Tap in. Don't be scared, baby. Don't be scared. I'm going to keep calling y'all out until y'all come up on here. It's me and Mike. We have people coming on. Yeah. Who is that? Who is that?
Courtney in the background.
There we go. What's up, Courtney?
Yo, Courtney, let's go.
What's up, Courtney?
How you doing?
How you doing, honey?
See here. There she is. How you doing, girl?
Go. What's up, Courtney? Girl, we was just talking about you. Like, for real. You was just on our minds, honey. You was just on our minds the other day. Me and Mike had a good conversation about you. We actually wanted to see you tonight. You see how God worked? And now you up on here. How have you been, honey?
I think she is frozen. Courtney,
Yeah,
if you're frozen, just come back in. She's coming.
Yeah,
no, she's
just come back in, honey. We are glad to see you
all the time. It ain't no thing. I was trying to get this song, but I realized, man, we'll probably get copyright struck. But that song, "Every Day We Lit," man, that's one of those inspirations you were saying. I came up from nothing. Now you can't tell me. You know what I mean? It's like it's something you said before. Shout out my boy Greg. Haven't seen you around in a while. God bless you, my brother. It is good to see you in coffee.
What's up, Greg?
Always a blessing. You know
no
that.
Doubt.
I am a.
No doubt.
For those that don't know, my coffee, my morning coffee is part of my actual meditation, if you will, my prayer routine, if you will. I do French press coffee, and with French press you have to hand make it, and then two, it stops you from drinking a whole pot because it's a half pot, right? Otherwise, I drink a whole pot. But you know what I mean? Make sure that I take a little more time. You know what I mean? And you do that. You pour it over, and then you I use honey and milk instead of like cream and sugar in my coffee. A little tablespoon of honey. And I thank the Lord, and I'm like, this honey is the gold, and as this goes in, may value and gold come out of me, and I want to thank you, and I want to thank you to know that this is just like small, you know what I mean? Like gold is small compared to what
no doubt, man.
You have for me, God. It's just my little conversation I have with God to keep me humble and focused, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But here's the deal: if you know you're gonna do something all the time. Like, I know I'm going to have coffee every morning. Like, that is, you know what I'm saying? And I can tie that to kind of a prayer and a thank you to God every morning as well, bro. I'm going to do it because Lord knows I need that. I need that help,
Hey, no doubt. Hey. When I wake up, not normally because I do it every day. I wake up and I thank the Lord for allowing me to wake up. I pray for my family. I pray for my fellow peers. And I pray that we all have a good day. Then I do something that my grandmother has told me to do about a year ago. I put on my Psalms 91. That's the prayer of protection. I put it on every day. Psalms 91. I go on YouTube and I play it. It's about 2.5 minutes long. And I put that prayer of protection over me, my mind, my body. So, hey, that's the thing, y'all. Hey, stay close to the Lord. Stay close to the Lord. If you believe in him, stay close to the Lord. Because the Lord will never put anything upon you that you can't bear. And that's another thing.
Of blessings. Speaking of blessings, we got to bring her on. I don't want to make her wait too much longer.
Yeah, we don't want to talk too much about it. We want to bring her on.
We got to bring her on, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring her on, man. Yeah,
give no doubt. For Courtney Frazier, let's go. And by the way,
where is everyone?
Yeah, it's us. Actually, Lisa's out tonight. Heather's out tonight. Black Superman, we are waiting on, and Ashley, which is going to be my thing. If you guys are having trouble getting in, or it's going to be a minute or whatever, just shoot me a message, and we'll get working on that. No problem at all. But more importantly, where is everyone? Where is you? You're here,
Yeah,
baby, and that's all
exactly.
that
Courtney,
matters.
you a superstar. What you talking about? Where's everyone hired? You doing? We
You know what?
waiting on you. How you doing, Courtney? What's up?
I've been busy.
Okay.
What have you been busy doing?
YouTube videos.
Hey, do your thing, honey. Do your thing.
I don't know what got into me once it hit me first, but I was like, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Might as well do a video a month. A video
All right.
day. Not
So
a video month. A video day. Obviously, my brain does not want to work right now.
But we see you now, honey. Look, hey, we're proud of you for being able to do that YouTube. See, you're showing that life can still go on and you can still be able to do the things that you want to do. So shout out to you, Courtney, honey. You talking about where everybody is. Look, you're one of the superstars, and we got you up on here, honey. How's your week been?
It's been a crazy week. I literally was, ever since April 30th, I've been on my epileptologist about the medication and the EMU study. So insurance denied the waiver for the 1 hour EEG, so I had to do that yesterday.
Okay.
On my dad's birthday, which I was not. I was hoping to avoid to go anywhere on his birthday, but he was willing to take me, so.
Okay. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy yourself with your dad?
It was just, he was at the library when I was at my EEG appointment, so.
Okay. Okay.
It would not be much fun with him in there. Well, he would not have much fun in there. Let's put it that way.
I understand that. He would not have much fun up in there. Okay. All right.
But this EEG tech knows me, so like he knows I joke about it all the time.
Well, Courtney, honey, we're glad to see that smile. We're glad to see you smiling. That's one thing that we want you to do, honey. We want you to smile as often as you can, honey. That's just what I said. Put a smile on, honey. We want to see you happy, because besides what you deal with, the fact that you say that you're making YouTube videos, honey, we're proud of you. Keep doing it. Don't just make one. Start from 1 and go to 2, and then go to 4, and then go to 8. As however many you want to do, but you're doing something. Keep doing it, because you are basically showing what the F.E.E.D is about. You can still live your life. So, honey, keep living your life. Keep doing your thing. You asking where everybody else is. What about where's Courtney? Well, see, look at you laughing and smiling. See, that's what we want. That's what we want right there, honey. Yes, that's what we want. That's what we want.
We're actually, me and my dad are actually doing the local NAMI walk tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of people have been saying that they're doing that walk tomorrow.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it. I don't know how many years this is now for us, but I think we started doing it in 22, so 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, it's 4. It's 4. So you finna get ready to get your walk on, huh?
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm doing my first one at the end of the month. So do you have any tips for us? Any tips for me on that?
For some old folks like me and Mike.
I'm rickety. Look, I got my big water. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, tomorrow I'm probably going to be bombarded by a lot of people that I know, because I know a lot of the people from the Army. Because I used to do programs with I used to do the support groups. I used to attend the support groups, but I don't do that anymore because I'm too busy making my videos right now.
Look at you.
And I'm too busy trying to figure out what mental health conditions I might have besides anxiety and depression.
Okay.
So
I wanted to talk to you a bit about that too, by the way. But first, let's go to our chat. We've got some rockers in our chat rocking it out. Ashley Renee says, old. I probably got y'all beat on that. She's saying, we got this, y'all. We got them purple-hearted warriors. Let's
there we go. No doubt.
Let's go. We love it. You know we love it here. We got Greg talking about 1 year. And I love Greg. I've known Greg for a very long time. Wonderful guy. And great Christian. And he was like, 1 year ago, my brother Bob Jones, who I've also known for even longer than I've known Greg, and worked with on a lot of, when I was in comedy and writing for TV and that kind of thing. Bob is a very accomplished character actor, writer. He creates characters for like shows and stuff. It's a whole thing. So he's brilliant. And Greg is more the musician in the family. Anyway, long story short, he was shouting out the Near Fest, which is a festival they do once a year, and it's killing too. So we just want to give Near Fest a shout out to, because we got to show love, guys, to everybody. You know, Courtney, you know what we're talking about. We got to show love to our folks, our fans and our friends out there.
No doubt.
For sure. Absolutely.
And then, Courtney, you said that you're going to be around a lot of folks who know you, and then you asked where everybody was at. So if you're going to be around a lot of folks who know you, wouldn't that make you a superstar?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No, it's just because they know me from years past, from not doing all the NAMI stuff and from advocating for bills like 988 and heroin, marijuana. So,
but you don't see, so they know you because of what you've done and whatnot. I mean, it's just like watching a movie. Your favorite actor, or your favorite actress, and say, for instance, you saw them in real life, and you know who that person is. That person is somebody big. So if these people who you used to do things with, or they knew that you were doing things with, and they saw you tomorrow and be like, oh, there goes Courtney, and they come to talk to you and speak to you, wouldn't that make you some type of superstar? It's okay to say yes, I bet. See, look, there you go. Yeah. See, that's it right there, y'all. That's all we want. We want the smiles. We want y'all to accept. Come on, walk into it, man. Walk into it, baby. Walk into your essence. Courtney is finna get ready to walk into her essence, and it's finna be some people who know Courtney. And not only know Courtney has her thing going on with these YouTube videos. Courtney is out here. She's an example of you can still live your life. She's out here making moves and to be able to walk where people know her superstar status, and she makes YouTube videos.
Courtney? Yeah, like I said, I don't know what got into me at the beginning of this month, but I think it's my ADHD.
Your ADHD. So you just basically saying you're a little bit hyper.
Yeah.
Like you like moving because you got a lot of candy or whatnot in your cycle. That's basically what they used to call ADHD when I was young. Be like, oh, that child just eating a lot of candy, to where he's just hyperactive. Always eating candy and things like that.
It shows up differently in girls. That's the thing. That's why we don't get diagnosed young.
Okay.
We have to wait until we're adults.
See, y'all hear Courtney on here spitting truth and whatnot, giving y'all knowledge. But she claims she's not a superstar, but yeah, she gets up on the show and she starts giving out knowledge and stuff like that.
And it's the same thing with autism.
Okay. Is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to be that's one of the things I'm going to make sure that I have or don't have on Monday during my sciatic eval. It's going to be that autism spectrum disorder, dissociative identity disorder, ADHD, and I don't know what else they might test me for, but those are the 3 that I want. Make sure I get tested for, because there's only 90 minutes.
That's all you got. I thought ADHD was attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So basically, you're a little hyperactive. I mean, look at it like this, boo. You're so hyper that you're creating a YouTube page. You're finna be doing a walk where people know who you are, so they're gonna be approaching you and whatnot. Maybe that's what it is. You just got a little extra more energy than the average person.
But then the depression hits and the epilepsy hits, and it bounces against that.
Okay, and I get that too, because that's a part of our lives. But at the same thing,
but like literally, when I was trying to recover from my seizures in April, my ADHD brain was like, "Let's focus on creating something instead." I'm like, "No, I need to recover."
Let them know, honey. Let them know. Let them know. Look, if you need to recover, and they try to make you do something, and you need to recover, let their asses know. No,
yeah, my brain is just like,
there you go.
All right there.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Somebody brought up Elijah up in the Bible, and you know what? This is funny because
before we get to it, because that's long and like we got a lot going on at 9:36 Central. You know what I mean? It's about to get super hot in here. Ladies and gentlemen, look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh no. It is Black Superman.
And Ashley, what's up, Kurt?
And Superman.
Hey, it's good to see you back, man. We was praying for you.
I appreciate that, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. God bless y'all for that, man. God bless y'all for that. For real. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Superman.
I really appreciate it. Hey, Ashley, you laughing, but I mean.
No, I'm laughing at Mike, Black Superman.
Look, he came up with that. I think it was earlier this week or last week, something at the end of last week.
No, the first time I was like, that's Black Superman. That's why.
You know, the theme song and everything.
When he played the song, he goes, "How does that he know that was like my favorite song growing up?"
That's right.
I was like, I don't know, but that's really weird.
Hey, growing up in the ghetto, stuff like that, like you find like Above the Law was one of my favorite groups next to NWA. So once
no doubt.
I told her, I said, I know every word.
No doubt. You just can't say it on here right now.
It took me like a decade to de-wigify myself so I could get a job in an office, right? You know what I mean? Like, sure, I could get this street cred, but I don't want to wash cars till I'm 50. You know what I mean? I know what dudes that look like me, that sound like me end up, and I don't want to do that. So I learned to speak like this, guys. Come on. You know what I mean, man?
Hey, hello, Courtney. How are you? We heard your story. What kind of videos do you do?
So right now it's about anything dealing with mental health on like my journey.
Okay. Hey, if you ever
tonight, I wrapped up my series on my 3 stays in mental health units. So
okay. We advocate for mental health also, and also for men's mental health. Anybody having an issue, like I always tell everybody, your life matters, and we're glad you're here today. Anytime that you want to have somebody on your show or just come on and lend some words of advice or positivity, I'm always available. Okay.
Look, see, look at you. Now you got somebody that Courtney, but you think you're not a superstar. When you just got somebody who just said that if you need somebody to come up on their show and advocate for you, they just offered.
That's right.
Hey.
And tell it, like I said, we have a community also that you're more than welcome to come be a part of. And like I said, it's an epilepsy-based community, but we advocate for everything across the sun, from mental health to suicide prevention, all the way down to autism, just anything that someone needs a voice for. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience. You know, I lost my mother and brother both to mental illness. They both committed suicide. And today, if I could just make one person's life better today, then it's worth it.
Or stop.
There was one person in a support group on Facebook that I actually reached out to like a couple years ago.
Okay.
And the very next day, she messaged me saying, "I would not be alive today if it wasn't for you."
Oh my goodness, Courtney, God bless you, man.
Amen.
God bless you.
And I was just like, wow. And I just stayed up past probably longer than I needed to, like planned on, but like I wanted to make sure she was comfortable with the person from 988, and you know.
Right.
So I was just like waiting, making sure she was fine with whoever she was talking to.
No doubt. Courtney, you're a godsend, baby. You're a godsend. You're a godsend. Don't never forget, you're a godsend, honey. You might feel the way that you feel, but look, you have a purpose. And your purpose might be just that, advocating and people following you and seeing what you're doing, because what you did, you actually stopped somebody from doing something bad to themselves because you decided to come in and talk.
That's right.
That's why that's why I call you a superstar.
Alan, what's that?
You doing your thing, honey. Keep doing your thing. And I saw that you had Ravens on there. You a Raven fan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
I already know. No. Best quarterback in the league.
Yes, Lamar Jackson. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's hope. Let's hope this year is the year.
Oh, then y'all get done with all that. Go Vikings.
Okay, he's not my favorite quarterback. My favorite quarterback is Baker Mayfield, of course. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. He's my favorite. He's the one with the grit. But as far as like,
he went to two teams and killed it.
Yeah, if you were to like, what do you call it? Like video game, best video game quarterback in the league, right? By the way, shout out to
I went to these bonds when he did something good, like quarterback good, and he's like not bad for a running back. Do you remember that?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, but
you can play that all you want to, but she just went in on Baker.
I know. I was gonna say something, but then I was like, you got me. We got to shout out to our Ashley Renee. She's loving Joe Burrow. Arguably, you know, he's hitting it. Wody, you know what I mean? Shout out to Alan in the chat. Alan Kim, old friend, good man.
She said, shout out.
My dad's a Lions fan, so.
Man, and they had a shot 2 years ago.
They did.
Yeah, they had a shot.
They did. So. They did, but then they got to the end of the season. They just
Lamar Jackson needs to stay healthy and literally win games in the playoffs.
Yes. That's our one problem right there, honey.
The Ravens need to stop making him a pocket quarterback and allow him to run. That's what they need to do.
You know what? They're not making him a pocket quarterback. He just started to throw better. He can throw and run.
Ashley gets it.
He can throw and run. We're going to show y'all this year. We're going to show y'all this year, though.
Iron Bull in the building, y'all. Seaport in the building. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go. Georgia's finest. You know what I'm saying? Seaport Championship Wrestling with Iron Bull. The best mental health is prayer. That's how I deal with my depression. Amen.
Amen.
Iron Bull also has seizures.
Can I say something to that?
Absolutely.
That doesn't always. When you're in deep depression, that doesn't help hearing stuff like that. I'm not in that space right now, but I'm saying like when I was, before I was hospitalized, I hated hearing that. Pray more. Read the Bible more. Like
no, it's not necessarily that you read the Bible. It's that you go to God and pray.
No, I know, but I do that, and it like hurt for me. It just hits something raw. I don't know what it is.
Well, for
like
me,
it feels like to me, people thinking that I don't already do that.
No, everybody heals their own way, especially when you go through things. Like people heal through, like you say, you do videos. I write poetry. Mike does things. He does comedy.
I also do poetry.
You do too?
Yeah,
I love it. It's from the heart. But when it comes to healing, everybody heals their own way. It's not, there's no script. It's like you got to do what makes you feel better. You know, you can't worry about what makes Curtis feel better. You have to do what makes you feel better. And then once you become 100 with yourself, then now everybody around you is going to be 100. But until you are comfortable with the skin that you're in, it's going to be a fight every day. And once you outgrow that, then it's the world's the limit. You know what I mean? You can accomplish anything you want.
Exactly.
But if you don't pray every day, don't feel bad. I pray every day. I can't expect someone else to pray every day. But like I said, however you heal, please heal.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this to you, Courtney, baby. The way that you heal can be a form that was sent down to you from God, because He found out the best way for you to do it, and you have your best way to do it.
Right.
That can still be, because like you said, you don't like when people say the best thing to do is prayer, and I can understand it.
But I'm a Christian, but it's just like, like it just feels like it's nothing against.
Can I help you? Can I try to help
what he was saying? But it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I had a very
similar conversation this week with a friend today, right? And you're
not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, no, long story short, I've switched my meds recently and life has changed. I'm still going through it, man. I'm still on the ride. Now I'm dealing with, just in my walking now, Christopher Walken. No, but anyway, sorry. Now I'm dealing with, kind of the difference. I notice I'm having a little bit harder time kind of keeping a train of thought, even though I'm in better mood. But okay, so I have a very close friend who's actually a licensed counselor, marriage counselor, men's counselor, great dude, wonderful friend, and a very good friend. And I tried to explain it to him like this, and his whole thing is gratitude. His whole thing, and I love it, but his thing, and chat, we're gonna get to, I promise, is centered around gratitude. Now I love him, and he's a homie, so I can talk to him real, right? And I was like, man, it was just so hard waking up every day and feeling like you just wanted to die, and then thinking about all the good things you had and all the things God was doing for you when your life made you feel even worse, and it made you want to die. He's like, yeah, bro, that ain't gratitude. And I was like, shut up. And I literally told him, because he's a homie. Enrique will be the first one to tell you, if you know me, you can't get offended easily. You can tell me to shut up too, ain't no problem. It's just, I'm a retard.
Yeah, I gotta let Mike have his minute and 10 seconds to
anyway, no. But
yeah,
I told him shut up, and not because I hated him. I was like, dude, what I'm telling you is, well, you're speaking from a mind state of somebody who's never been in that place where the problem makes the problem worse.
Yeah.
So when you're aware of all God has given you, when you're aware, for me, my beautiful, amazing wife is about to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? I could never get a woman about to be a doctor. You crazy? I'm not smart. You know what I mean? But she loves me, and my mom still being alive and healthy, and I get to spend holidays with her, and y'all in my life, bro. This, right? So you see all that, and you know how much more God has given you, and if you've been to poor places, you've been through poor times in life, man. To wake up safe, you know what I mean? And you're so thankful, and you know what all that is, and you still feel like death and worthless and miserable. And so understanding all God has given you drives you even deeper down in a way.
Exactly.
And that is a trick from the devil. That is absolutely satanic in my opinion. But Courtney, I want you to know I understand sometimes you try to express that to people and they don't understand that because they've never felt the weight of all of the good things feeling negative. Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry to rant. I'll stop.
Yeah. So continue to do, like, if you're depressed, continue to do what's working for you. Like somebody might tell you go in prayer. That might not be what works for you. And hey, we can't judge. We can't throw no song. We can't say that what you're doing is bad because it works for you. But a lot of people, it's like the way that you might word something or anything like that. And You do believe in God, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so off of whatever it is that you find, there might be something that was sent down to you from God, because God knows everything that what you need, and you will end up getting what you need. Prayer might not be what you need. You might need to make a YouTube video or whatnot.
That's right.
You know, you might that might be the best thing for you. And God gives us gifts sometimes without us even knowing it, to help us through
Mhm.
everything that we do. Because God is not the author of confusion. And you making those videos, you know that those videos help you out. So, like I just told you, baby, you're a godsend.
That's
You're a
right.
godsend. You might do it in a different way from me or Mike or Ashley and Kurt, but the way that you do it, baby, if that helps you out the best, don't stop doing it.
That's right. Hey, I want to give you 100% for just communicating that. A lot of times people will just
Yes,
be nervous and just sit back and take it. And like that's part of breaking the stigma. You think that just because you say that you don't want to keep constantly hearing about Jesus or faith, people will look at you different. And that's wrong. The thing about
exactly.
the thing about living here is you have a right to freedom of speech, and you can say whatever you want to say, and you have a right to feel however you want to feel. So whenever you feel someone's pushing something on you, speak up. That's what we're here for. We got to be a voice. It's the same thing with advocacy. You be a voice because some people don't understand that they're pushing it. That's what they do
Exactly.
every day. So if you speak up and you say, "Hey, that's that today's not my day," and they'll respect that and they'll move on. Versus you just sitting there quiet and then absorbing. So now when you leave, now you want to explode. When all it takes is one thing. Hey, excuse me, sir. I don't really today. Right now is not the time. That's all you have to say.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you something else too. When Curtis was first diagnosed with epilepsy, I didn't go to work for like 2 weeks. I stayed at home because we weren't sure what was going on. So when I finally went back to work, I was not in depression, but my anxiety was through the roof. And like, I was so afraid to leave him at home by himself. It was just like, it was really rough. So I would get to work, and my old boss, the company I used to work for, he had noticed that something was going on. I mean, he obviously knew, and he was just like, he's like, some of the coworkers said something like, sometimes maybe you're short or whatever. So we went into a conference and we had a conversation, and he's like, I get it. He's like, because he was dealing with health issues with his wife and all these other things. And he's like, just come to work, come to me and tell me, hey, I'm at a 1 today, which means I don't want to talk. I don't want to communicate. I don't want to nothing. I just want to be left alone. Some days I'd come in and be like, I'm a 10, baby. Let's rock and roll, But some days you don't have to be a 10 every day is really my
exactly.
point. It's okay to be a 1 on some days, but what's not okay is not to communicate that to other people so they can be there for you when you're ready to talk.
That's right.
Exactly. See, and you getting up on here and actually saying what you just said about prayer might is not the best thing for you, and you don't like that. You open up your mouth and you said that.
That's right. But you believe in the Holy Spirit. See,
Exactly. You
some,
exactly.
some people, what my pastor says, they're Sunday Christians. They're only Christian on Sunday. See,
You can be acting up throughout the week.
rest of the week they're not. So what we do is we actually live it, and we get where you're coming from. Because sometimes, like that part of your day, you just live with so much you don't want to hear it. You like, please,
Exactly.
let me.
Every day is not going to be peaches and cream, baby.
And it's not that you don't want to believe in Jesus Christ, but one day you prayed for patience, and that's what they're testing you on. That's the test that they're giving you at the time, and that's your patience. So sometimes they say, "Be careful what you pray for." Boy, I tell you,
Exactly.
I pray
Exactly.
for all the negative to be stripped out of me, and He gave me epilepsy.
Hey, it's a humbling experience.
Right, well, I tell you what, bring it to your knees for real.
My secret, one of my pastors taught me this is, I pray, God, if you have something for me, give it to my wife, right? And help me learn to listen to my wife as I lead my family. It's that simple, right? Because I'm gonna probably end up doing what she wants anyway.
Hey, I think they should give us an option. Whoever's the fastest is free.
Hey,
I don't gotta be fast. I just gotta be faster than one.
I think probably the worst and the best thing that I did, and I did it a long time ago when I was a kid. When I saw my brother dealing with it, I said, Lord, give what my brother is dealing with, get it to me. And my ass ended up been dealing with it for 24 years now. But
a long
I
time
just
ago.
care so much. I don't like seeing pain in my people. I would rather be able to deal with it. It's not because I feel like I'm stronger. I just care that much to where, if anybody's dealing with it, let me do it. Let me deal with it, Lord. I mean, because if you give it to me, then I pray for the strength. And when you pray for strength, you have to understand that you're gonna have to go through some things that's gonna make you be stronger.
Yeah.
So
I also want to say too, and I know you're a Christian, and that's amazing because a lot of people won't even say that they're a Christian. So that in itself is amazing, that you admit that you pray and all of these things. But I will tell you though, because my son did suffer from depression for many, many years, and tried to take his life, did the cutting of the wrist, the whole everything. That moment is when you really need to lean into your faith, because and I think that's what people say to you, pray more, lean into God. I think that's where they're coming from a person who doesn't deal with depression much. I'm just speaking from the outside in, maybe getting you to understand maybe their perspective, and their perspective is like, that's when you need to lean in the most to faith, because when you're at your weakest, you have your biggest miracles.
Right.
Exactly.
And also, like the thing for me is the world has let us down, not just for epilepsy, but for mental illness in general. Because the easiest thing for them to do is to push you away, and give you some.
When they don't understand it, don't understand it, they'll just because that's what they do to epileptic now. They don't know. They can't find a cure, and they don't know. So when you go to the hospital and they ask what happened, and you tell them I had a couple of seizures and whatnot, okay, so they'll put you up in there on the IV give you some fluids and whatnot, and they'll send you home.
Ship you right out, give you some Kepra and get you gone.
Yeah, they will send you home, because when people don't understand, it makes them scared and whatnot, and they feel like, what can they do? They be like, hey, you gonna deal with these seizures. So just, hey, we let you in here, we let you sit up in the bed for a couple of hours, but you got to get up and you got to go. Right. And sometimes it be like that, which is why I always say, you got epilepsy, you can't be no punk, because hey, we gonna get treated in a manner that is just straight up BS.
You got to lose your voice for talking so much. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to yell at the top of your lungs. When they say in the Bible, you got to yell it from the top of the mountain. It's for real. You got to get out there. You got to start talking to people. Our elected officials, they got to start doing better.
Exactly.
There's kids, not so much as me. I live the majority of my life, and I'm happy where I'm at right now. Some people can't say that, and I'm not pushing it on nobody else. But me, I'm happy where I'm at because I'm alive today. But there's kids who are struggling with these things who have no out. There's no out. And these people are putting money into wars, flying ships to the moon that could come back down and redock itself. You're holding up the strait because you want to sell our oil versus bring some in. It's just they put their resources behind the wrong thing. They give trillions of dollars in foreign aid, nothing against anybody who's getting it, but they send it to dictating countries who don't give the money to the people. It's just like the man in the iron mask. They want you to war, but they give you rotten fruit to eat. So how can the people love you? But what they do is they put resources behind the wrong stuff. And this is one thing for sure. Just today, I watched 3 different commercials on TV, back to back to back. One for HIV, one for diabetes, and the other one for Ozempic. Not one time did they say there's 1 in 26 people in America suffer from epilepsy. 1 in 10 die from SUDEP. Come on now, they don't say things like that. And then they expect you to come out and be like, hey, you want to give to this charity, you want to round up to that charity. I was like, well, can we round up the epilepsy? Something
exactly.
You know what I mean?
This is what the F.E.E.D is for.
That's
what the F.E.E.D is for. Sometimes you gotta do it your damn self.
And I want to say something out there. I hope somebody in the government is watching. There's a kid at home today that don't got the medicine that they need because you guys aren't pushing the right bills.
Exactly. So sometimes we have to get up by ourselves and go put our foot in their asses.
That's right.
And
we vote. You know, the thing is, and with the F.E.E.D is, like I said, 2,500 people. If 2,500 people tell 2 people, what's the math on that? If 2 people from that group tell 2 people, eventually we got a mountain full of voices.
I want to say one thing real quick to you, Courtney, too. you have to remember, and it came up in the comments, so thanks for putting it up, Mike, so we can see those. Greg, I think his name was Greg Jones, or Wilson, I can't remember, but it was Greg for sure. He had said, you have to remember you already saved a life. So every time you get in those depression modes, you need to remember exactly what that girl was feeling, because that's how you're feeling sometimes in those situations. And you just need to remember there are other people that still need you. They don't know that they need you, but they need you, girl.
And that girl, like, I was telling her I understood her, like, because I, not that long before I reached out to her, I just got discharged from the hospital myself.
Right.
That time. So yeah, it was maybe not also the best timing for me to reach out to someone, but
you did what you had to do.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't like. I felt God telling me reach out to her because I didn't know who else in the group was reaching out to her.
There you go, right there, honey.
Isn't being obedient good? Being obedient is good because you heard sometimes people misuse that word, and it's the Holy Spirit talking to you, and he knew that you was in the right place at the right time. You were the right person for the job, and God don't pick nobody by accident. It's on His time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right place at the right time.
Exactly. So, Courtney, baby, you might be that advocate for somebody who might be feeling so low that they might want to end their life, but because you understand it and you're able to deal and help that person because you know what that feels like. So the fact that you dealt with depression, but you were strong enough to help this person, and you actually helped them from taking their life away, baby, this might be your purpose right here, to help somebody who might be right there at that crossroad.
And that'll fill your cup, because if you're a people pleaser person and you have that, that's going to fill your cup. And I know
I am a people pleaser.
Yes. Me too, girl. Me too. So that's going to fill your cup. And then at the end of the day, that's going to help you too. You may not see it right now, and God's working that story out for you, but I promise you, you doing what you're doing for these other people and being a voice for them, your cup is going to be filled. You're going to be showered with blessings. I pray that for you, and I'm telling you that it is. One last thing I want to say, shout out to Ashley Renee. She's in Wilmington, North Carolina. We have family there. Our sons in the Marines over there. Family too. Shout out to North Carolina.
See, Courtney, look at all that. I told you, you're a superstar, baby. Look at all this love that you're getting from off of the feed. These people are showing you love because I know you might not have thought that you said something or did something, but you've done something great. You have literally done something great, and you were just up on here talking about it. But all of these people up in the feed see you. They see you bigger than what you may see yourself, honey, which is why I tell you, look, hey, it's okay to smile because you are here and you are doing your mission for the Lord by simply helping somebody. You are helping somebody. And it's, look, like she said, your cup is going to run it over. It's going to probably be more and more people that's going to come to you. And the fact that you dealt with it, you'll be able to handle it the same way that Jesus, let's just take Jesus, feeding the multitude of people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish.
And you built a bigger table. You built a bigger table instead of a bigger wall.
One of my friends from this most recent stay in the unit this year, she is like, tell me when and where, and I will come visit you when you're in the epilepsy monitoring unit. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's a real friend.
It is. It is.
And it is. They all the girls wanted to know what to do if I had a seizure. Like, they all wanted to learn about epilepsy, and I was just like, wow.
Courtney, baby, there are people up in the chat right now thanking you and showing you love. Absolutely. And you was asking where everybody else was, and you have been the moment of the night.
Right. The superstar.
Let's go, superstar.
Okay, so
yes.
Let me just say this. One of my most favorite people, not just musicians, not just writers, one of my most favorite humans of all time is Prince. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay, then.
Now, Courtney, let me ask you:
Mr.
do you?
Minnesota.
And he was an epileptic, just like us, Courtney. Now, let me
Yep.
ask you: do you think Prince ever showed up anywhere and said, "Where's everybody?" Or did he say, "I'm here, we may be
They were
king"?
asking
You know
about
what I
him.
mean? Like,
Hey, let me say real quick. Hey, I was telling Michael the other day, sometimes I communicate with folks outside of the feed only because the feed is the platform, but we're actually what's making it happen. Hey, I wanted to tell everybody that here at Epilepsy Awareness South Florida, we provide a safe space for most people. Anybody that wants to come feel stigma free, feel heard, post what you want, be yourself. That's what we offer. But the feed is what fills our cup, my wife and I, because we provide a safe spot. We needed our own safe spot, and this is where it's at. We wanted to tell you
Yeah,
guys from
no
the bottom of
doubt.
our heart, the feed
No
is
doubt. That's what it was created for, to be that
that's right.
safe
It's filling
space.
our cup, and we
Let us
appreciate
get
it. What we do here,
ourselves
we take
hammered
that
out.
information and we put it out into the world. So we really enjoy this faction, and I'm glad that we're here. We're gonna be here for the long haul, 10 toes.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
we're gonna yeah, absolutely. We're working on it. Let me get all my ducks in a row. Like,
That's
I
right.
had no idea how busy I was before, but I was
Amen.
cranking. I was like, wow, I was way busy. But priorities, and it's not a problem being busy, but do what you love if you're able to. You know what I mean? And if you
That's
can't
right.
do what you love, do the most productive things you can do, right?
Exactly.
So anyway, man, let me get my ducks in a row because hopefully coming soon it'll be, the Epilepsy Awareness South Florida feed style jam that we're
That's
doing
right.
kind of thing. Look, you know what I mean? I got
We're
some
gonna
sugar, I
collaborate.
got some cinnamon, I
we're
got
gonna
some
build-
dough, I got an
we're gonna build-
oven, I got some milk. We haven't figured it out yet, but it's
That's right.
there, man. You know
We'll
what I mean?
build
We gotta
one
get together.
family. It all starts somewhere. Somebody's got to be the actual thought, and then everything after that is the process. So here we go.
Got to create that foundation.
That's
Got to
right.
create that foundation. Got to build
guys
that house up on the rock and not up on
You
the
guys got
sand.
2,500. We got 800, so almost 3,000 all across this world. And
There we go.
Reached
There we
2.
go. We
like I
look.
said, Lisa
we doing the work.
every day. Lisa kills it, and like I said, people like that who keep the voice, keep this on the tips of everyone's tongue. That's what the real awareness is. That's what real advocacy is keep waking up every morning and saying something positive or making sure somebody's day goes the way it's supposed to go, because everybody has a bad day, but it's the person who are to your left and to your right who are supposed to pick you up. And if they're not picking you up, then you need to pick a new person to your left and to your right.
Exactly. Get rid of them. That's why I said that door is open. If
That's
they
right.
don't want to be there for you, let them walk out.
That's right. But you also have to be the change you request. So if you're requesting something, you got to be that same change, or people are going to look at you and say, well, why would she want change when she's not changing? Or why would he want change that he's not changing? My pastor said last weekend, he said sometimes we live half in our old life, half in our new life, and it's confusing us. Like we don't know where we want to be. But right now, all of us made that choice that we want to be on the right side. We want to be on the purple side. We want to be on the side that the feed is on, whatever side Courtney's on, Curtis, Enrique, Mike, everybody else that's in the feed, we want to be on this side. So I appreciate every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart.
Mike, what did he say? What did he call me? Enrique.
I don't remember. I didn't hear it.
I'm gonna give y'all a way.
I call him Reed.
I'm gonna give y'all look. This is the easiest way that I just came up with. Like the IQUE is just like you say, Monique.
All right, Enrique.
We got Enrique. Now, I've been going through it my whole life. It really don't. When I was younger, the one person that I hated was Enrique Iglesias.
Guys, I'm trying to read this super chat. Let me read this super chat real fast, and then we can move on and we can talk about it. But Curtis dropped a great chat on us, and I don't want to get so far, past it that we don't get to it. Okay,
go ahead, man.
He's showing us love, giving us some info. He said he was undiagnosed for years and was just pushed to the side and prescribed more anxiety and depression meds, when all along it was focal seizures. And I wonder if anybody else has experienced that in the chat or on the panel. And not just to make excuses, but I turned to self-medicating through drugs and alcohol. And once I started having clonic seizures, they sent me to a neurologist and found out all along I had temporal epilepsy and was just being shuffled around by the system.
That's crazy. That happens.
Wow.
It happens a
And
lot.
that's sad because these are the people we're supposed to be trusting. You spend all this money for someone to try to kill you, and it's because they didn't do the research, you know. But it's not the patient's fault. It's the people who are treating them.
Exactly.
They have to do the work. Sort of like how we all do with advocacy. You got to do the homework.
Exactly.
Just diagnose them. Because I did the same thing. My neurologist gave me meds and didn't know what type. Even if I had epilepsy, I was like, "Why are you
really had to do my own research just to find out the two antidepressants that I'm on are not supposed to be combined."
Right. What are the side effects?
Because they can cause, the combination can cause serotonin syndrome.
Mm.
And I was experiencing a lot of the symptoms of that.
Right. Did it make you have rage? Did you have rage? Very bad? Like on a 1 to 10, what was it?
It was probably a 5, but it was mainly on my dad.
Right. But have you been diagnosed with anything else? Is that your only diagnosis? What have you been diagnosed with, if you don't mind me asking?
Anxiety, depression, polycystic ovary syndrome, which just got reclassified as something else, which makes no sense to me. I'm like, why are you changing it now? Like, making me get used to a new thing.
Right. That's how they do it. They get you used to one thing and flip it up on you.
Exactly, because they claim that it don't be working.
I wanted to talk about the seizure thing because I've been accused of faking seizures by paramedics and neurologists and professionals, like teachers, and it's just like, that should not happen to anyone.
Right, yeah, that's the stigma. See, people they automatically assume that all seizures are supposed to be on the ground shaking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they aren't. That's not it. There's focal seizures. I have sometimes where I just stare off into space, and then when I come back through, she'll say, "What, are you okay?" I say, "What are you talking about?" Like,
yeah, my girlfriend has absent-minded.
The problem is I have focal unaware and absent seizures, but then I also dissociate. So absent seizures and dissociation look so much alike that like people can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I was wanting to ask you about that tonight, Courtney, when I knew you were coming on. If you could just talk, I know you made a video about that. By the way, guys, just for a quick second here, her YouTube is so fire. You gotta go.
We've been checking it out. We've been watching it.
You know what I mean? It's just so darn fire. Because not only do you get awesome shorts that's going to give you great information on that too, but in addition to that, you're also going to get all kinds of longer form videos that break information down. She also answers questions if you leave questions in her comments, I found out. And then she has medium videos. And then in addition to that, she's got some awesome curated playlists. And then even on top of that, she also is dropping posts that, where she's at, what she's feeling. And you can respond and you can comment on her post. No problem. You can also share them as well. So guys, make sure you go there. And just so you know, you are 100% locked in and you're not like, her name's Courtney. How do I find it? It's Courtney Fraser right here, Fraser, but it's at Pooh Bear, POOHBEAR0320. That's Pooh Bear 0320 on YouTube, Courtney Fraser.
Let's go, like Courtney. Let's go.
And Ravens.
Everybody give her a hand, man. Come on, Courtney. Come on, baby.
And I want to interrupt y'all, but we wanted to make sure we got that in, so please.
No doubt. Good deal, Mike. Good deal.
Yeah, I probably should get some rest before I have to get up at 7 a.m.
Okay. Good night. You have a great evening.
Yes, have a great evening,
I don't want to get rest. I don't want to sleep.
No, you do need to get rest.
You need at least 8 hours.
Courtney, baby, we're glad that you came on today, honey.
I don't want to sleep.
You don't want to sleep, but you know you need to get it. We just want to let you know, honey, that you've been a great inspiration. You have been a great inspiration.
Yes, and just watch this episode the next time you're having a depression mode. Just watch this episode. Keep it in your favorites. I promise you it'll put a smile on your face.
Yes. Like the one you done now, honey. And keep on doing your thing, baby. Keep on doing your thing, honey. Because what you're doing, like I said, is a godsend. Keep on doing them videos.
That's what they say. All you have to do is save one life. You've already done that. So keep on doing. See how many more lives you can save.
And really, it only takes one person to believe in you. You see on the screen, there's 5 right here, 4. There's
And then
a couple
the
people in the comments. There's at least 30. You know, you got people across this world. Everybody's in a different state. So wherever you go, they got love for you. So remember that.
There you go. Courtney, like what Kurt said, the MVP of the night.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why Lamar's gonna win this year,
time.
honey. Lamar gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
Hey,
But
watch
good night,
out.
honey. Have a blessed
Let's
night,
go.
I love it.
I don't know about
Yes, man. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's good. Like her story really puts a lot of insight onto like mental health because like I said, it goes underneath the table and they don't discuss it enough. And like I said, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we just got to keep putting it out there, making messages every day, and let those folks know that it's okay to not be okay.
And it's important to talk about it in epilepsy because everybody thinks that epilepsy is just shaken seizures. And it's so much more of that than people don't even see. It's, remembering to take medication every day, loved ones worrying about you. It's getting enough sleep. Make sure you eat enough nutrition.
All that stuff.
Yes, there's just headaches on a daily. Some people get headaches every morning that they wake up. When Curtis first was diagnosed, he had a headache every day for like 2 weeks. So and then you get the fatigue and the muscle aches. There's just so many things that people just don't know or aware of that epilepsy brings to the table. Like I said, they just think that you have epilepsy, you shake once in a while and you keep it pushing. And it's so much more than that.
Hey, I got a quick question. And I know this is kind of off the record, but what is everybody's passion? Like what fuels you? You know what I mean? Like what gets you going in the morning? Everybody can get up and say, well, I'm an epilepsy advocate. That's a lie. Everybody wakes up something different. You just advocate after you get up. So what is your passion when you first get up? When your feet hit the floor, what's the first thing that your heart puts on your mind every day?
Mine is to be able to get up and just move and do my thing, because I don't only deal with epilepsy. I also have type 1 diabetes.
Right.
So I have two stigmas that it said that I can't get rid of. I have autoimmune disease, and I have another disorder that I can't get rid of. So my passion is to continue to fight till I can't fight no more.
Amen.
He has a disorder he can't get rid of. I say just call me Mike, but whatever, bro.
That's right. That's right. Amen.
Yeah.
You can just call me. You don't have to call me disorder you can't get rid of. I prefer friends, but whatever.
I mean, I like what you just said, Kurt, about I've been wanting to do this since I was 14 years old, man. I've been dealing with epilepsy since I was 11 and a half.
Right.
And this was and when I turned 14, because I'll never forget it, because I was noticing it when I was young. Epilepsy doesn't get that type of love that you would think that it should. It's a brain disorder. If your brain stops working, everything shuts down.
That's
literally.
right.
I mean, literally.
It's funny.
It shuts down, and 4 hours later, you'll be getting up, asking the lady next to you, like, what the hell is going on?
That's funny that you say that, because me, individually, I'm speaking on my own opinion. My whole life growing up, I thought your heart was the most important organ in your entire body. And then I was always like doing heart health thing, exercising, cardio, like all the things you're supposed to be doing, taking iron supplements and vitamins, and because you got to keep your heart healthy, you got to keep it pumping, or you can't, once your heart stops, oh my God, Curtis gets epilepsy, and I learned about the brain, and now I'm like, the brain is the most important organ in your body. You just don't realize, and I know it sounds cliche, but you don't even think, you don't even think about it. People just automatically assume your heart is your most important organ, and it's truly not. It is your brain, because without your brain, you can't do crap. You can't
right.
Can't blink your eyes. You can't, taste anything. So your brain is the most important thing in your entire life. So
exactly.
You have got to protect it. If I could put Curtis in a big bubble wrap, I would put him in bubble wrap. But we know that we can't do that.
I roll around like them big things you got on. I'd be ramming in everybody. Like,
man.
Hamster wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been my thing since I was a little kid, man. Get the word out. about epilepsy because they treat us. They basically push us to the side because they don't have nothing that they feel like they can cure. Anything that they don't have that can cure, they basically gonna push it to the side because they feel like it's nothing that they can do. And like Kurt, how you mentioned, you saw those 3 videos or whatnot, and you saw those Olympic. One thing that I always pay attention to is when they show those videos about the diabetes type 2, and I always hear the same thing. This is not for type 1 diabetics. And I just sit there and be like, really? Y'all ain't got nothing.
Yeah,
They just tell you take your insulin, manage this, manage that. I could be doing good. Then the next thing you know, my sugar would drop. I get sweating, and then I have to eat candy. And most people, when they hear diabetes, they think about, oh, you eat too much stuff that's fat, or oh, you eat too much sugar. But my thing is, I have to have sugar to live. And I know it's like what you just said, a cliche, but there are times where I've been stuck to my couch and I've been sweating, and I've had readings. The lowest reading I've had of my blood sugar is 28. If it drops down to 0, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then my diabetes clashes with my epilepsy. They don't work together.
No,
they don't.
No,
they
because
don't
if your blood sugar gets too low, you'll have a seizure.
And that has happened to me a lot. And sometimes when it got too high, I went into seizures to the point to where I went into DKA. I've had pancreatitis, all of those things. So my main thing is to get my butt up and fight.
I did not realize just now. I was just now years old when I knew low blood sugar can cause a seizure. I didn't know high blood sugar.
Yes.
I guess maybe because I'm, I never have to worry about high blood sugar. I'm good. Snickers right over there. But no, joking, of course. But no, I had no idea that high blood sugar could cause. I had no idea it could cause. Wow.
Yeah, too high or too low.
Yeah, any drastic change, absolutely, sure.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted to say real fast, Curtis, you asked what's the purpose, and man, I wanted to say, man, because I think it's important. If it means anything to anyone, you're watching a man fulfilling his purpose. You're watching a man in the very early stages of part of that. But for those that don't know, I was a stand-up comedian and actor for about 20 years. I worked on shows like Hawaii Five-0. I had my own show called Man vs. Bar on G4 TV. I had one of the first podcasts. I started comedyhawaii.com with James Money, who's been on multiple TV shows and tours as well. Toured the United States a lot. Open for people like Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Brad Williams, Steve-O, the whole Jackass crew. Just guys like that. I don't, like it's all on the resume. But anyway, so this was my kind of career, right? Then, came here to work on a TV show. Some stuff didn't really work out. And then, I ended up having a seizure, not realizing really how that was going to change my life, and struggling for about 3 years with seizures, pretending like I didn't have them.
Wow.
And there are dudes out there that I know. You can't take a dude who grew up in a little background, never met my father, dead now, so never gonna. Grew up, me and my mother in a 1-bedroom apartment till I was 10, and then we moved to a 2-bedroom apartment. And then when I was 13, we moved to a trailer, and I thought we hit the lottery. Okay? So I legit, I don't come from much, right? So, so for me to be able to go to Hawaii, make a living in entertainment, create a company, do all that, it was a big deal. People in my neighborhood just didn't do that, So, especially if you didn't have no father, you didn't come from nothing. So, very independent. For those of you that know me, best to not try to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Best to sell me on how great of an idea it is that I came up with. Man, you are genius. Why am I genius, Enrique? You know that podcast idea you were talking about? Which one? The one we're doing Thursday. Sure. It was great. It is? Yes. Okay, let's go. That's how we do it. Anyway, so to admit that there was something greater and more powerful than me that, literally was about to change my whole life. It took a few years, and it wasn't until my wife now came into my life and was like, hey, this is a big deal, stupid. You're going to die. And, and, I lost You know, I was actually national sales manager for a large tire company where, like, you know, they would come in, fly in from all over the country to my meetings twice a year, and I would fly out to their regions and help them do sales. So, you know, I was, you know, I had some success in the entertainment world, came back here, you know, couldn't do the entertainment travel thing because of the seizures. And so I got a pretty good job, but then because of the seizures, that wasn't working out. Just the odd absences and you know, the being in a boardroom and having the focal seizure and coming
Right.
to, and they're all looking at me like I'm weird. And I'm like, what? You know, and they don't, you just don't get to, you know what I mean? You know, and I wasn't medicating or under doc. I just was in denial.
Yeah.
How old
So,
were you when you were diagnosed, Michael?
I was 36 when I was diagnosed.
Okay.
Yeah. So older, you know what I mean? Older. Yeah. It wasn't like,
Curtis was 48.
yeah, man. So it was a different game. You understand, man. You got to change. Changing who you are is a big deal if you've already been around the world.
And
Ain't
to do
nobody
it
tell you
overnight.
nothing, but now you got to listen. Now you got to listen to live.
To do it in 24 hours too. Some of us got to do it overnight. You can't just, if you don't get
Exactly.
you got to do it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Curtis woke up in the morning, one Curtis, and he had his first tonic-clonic seizure in the afternoon, and he went home from vacation a different Curtis.
Wow.
My days changed. But one thing I did do is I got them back in order. And for me, my passion is just to get up and make my family proud. Not myself. You know, I don't think about stuff that I need most of the time. It's what can I do for somebody else? So when I get up in the morning, it's like, how many hours can I go work for my people today? And it's not so much hours, it's just I want to make sure they don't got to want for nothing. So when I get up, I used to be poor like Michael. I said the thing I didn't want to do is be like my dad and them. So I do the opposite. Everything they did, I do the exact opposite. And I think we broke that what they call it, a family curse.
Yeah.
Broke those chains. We rewrit history. We're gonna be a legacy.
Generational curse.
Generational curse.
No doubt.
And it's possible. It just you gotta do the work. Same thing with epilepsy. Same thing
You got to put in that time, because I grew up in the projects. When I was a little kid. Now, as I was growing up, we didn't know what poor was.
Right.
You know, because we lived in, you know, the stigma about projects is you live in the projects and there's nothing going on. But we actually had a community out there.
Yeah. We grew up projects too. Everything was the same. Just because they look like bricks, it's what happens on the inside of it. It's sort of like life. When you're born, I was born in 1976. I don't know when I'm going to die, but there's a dash in the middle. It ain't the days that you was born, ain't the day that you in. That little bitty dash in the middle, that defines your whole life. So when people think that the project's this, project's that, we had a blast in the project. The project where I learned most of the stuff that I learned now, because now I'm street smart and book smart. So
Exactly.
They look on the outside, they say, well, look at that. That's the projects, but they don't know that there's somebody in there with a Christmas tree in their house. There's somebody that had a birthday today. There's somebody, grandma, who's celebrating a 90th birthday. The projects is where stories is built.
Exactly. And like we
shout out to Curtis real fast. We're gonna tell him good night. We love you, Curtis.
All right, Kurt.
Good night.
Make sure you're in the Faces of Epilepsy group, my brother, here on Facebook. Drop by and say, hey, we want to know you, we want to love you, we want to be there for you. We appreciate you.
That's right.
And
anytime you need somebody, we're available.
Yeah.
Anytime you need somebody, we're available.
Yeah, and y'all, to not only the people who watching right now, and this is a lot of things that I think a lot of epileptics deal with, is feeling like they can't have love.
That's right.
And if you're thinking like that, I want you to stop thinking like that. If you believe in God, the word says that it is not good for a man to be alone. And females too, women too. Don't ever feel like you're not deserving of love. Because like Curtis and Ashley are married and Mike is married. I have a woman. Look, sometimes it's going to be some days where it just be overwhelming. And you'll have that side that's there to build you up. When there's days where you don't even believe in yourself, don't ever feel like you're not deserving of love, because there's somebody out there for everybody. Don't never feel like that. And that person that you meet can become your best friend. And sometimes not sometimes, you always need your best friend. Somebody that really loves you. And the type of love I'm talking about is when you out there doing stupid stuff, they get up on your butt.
That's
and
right.
I mean, and shout out to my lady Monique. Her birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy early birthday, baby.
Happy birthday.
You're gonna be mad at me and whatnot, but I don't care.
We like chocolate cake.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get fussed at or whatnot if she watches it and whatnot. She don't know that I was gonna do it, but I'm always gonna do it.
Happy 21st.
Yes, happy.
Again. Again. We all celebrate 21 more than once, don't we?
Yeah, because they say once you get 21, you don't never change. You just get 21 again and again and again and again and again. But to all epileptics, y'all, look, you are capable of having love. Love is out there for everybody, especially us. Love is out there for us. It really is. And sometimes when life gets up on you, like with epilepsy, you need love. You need love. So don't never feel like you are incapable of receiving and having it, because love conquers all. It does. And it is possible. It is basically ordained for you to have love. A man and a woman, when two get together, they become one. You can become one with somebody. You can. Because, hey, this life, it might be a race, but everybody up on here, you are the tortoise. You are not the hare. You are not the hare. You are the tortoise. The race might be long, and you might see some things going fast and whatnot, but at the end of the day, the tortoise ended up winning.
That's right.
The race. And you will win the race. It doesn't matter what you go through. You go through what you go through because that's what God felt like you can handle. So you can handle epilepsy. Epilepsy is not going to stop you, baby. It's not. Don't allow it to stop you. Don't allow it to come in and put you down to the point of where you just want to give up. No, don't. That's a punkish spirit. And I tell y'all all the time, if you have epilepsy, you cannot be a punk.
I said for the longest time that my person just fell off a cliff somewhere. Like he did some stupid shit when he was a kid and he just fell off the planet. And then I met Curtis years later. And I'm telling you that there is somebody for everybody.
Yes.
And it can happen at any moment in time. And I know that there's a lot of young people that watch the show and they're struggling with finding their person. I was 48 and Curtis was 46 when we found each other.
She's older.
Mine is too.
Better.
Hey, she gets the 55 Noda community first. Let's go pickleball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That check.
That's right.
So I'm telling you that there is someone for everybody. And to find someone who loves you, even when you're not whole, and what I mean whole is perfect. And to me, perfect is overrated. I don't want to be perfect. Exactly. I'm broken, and I'll be the first to admit it, which is why I go to church, because I am a broken person. So, and all of the things that I've gone through in my life, but that's not here nor there. My point is that there is someone for everybody, and everybody, you, every single body is worthy, and every single person deserves to be loved the way that love is supposed to be received.
Amen to that. Y'all saw you. That means she was talking to all y'all up
all
on here.
Y'all.
She was all y'all who might watch the show.
That's right.
Tomorrow, the next day.
That's
she
right.
was talking to all of y'all who feel like you don't. You. Say it again. Say it again.
You. Just like what Oprah did. You get a car. You get a car. You get love. You get love.
Exactly. Now you might not get a car, but you'll get love. You'll definitely get love, baby. It's out there. And hey, the most of the time it happens when you least expect it.
That's right. We weren't even looking for each other.
Exactly. Because I wasn't needing. And when I saw mine, it hit me just like that. I was like, there go my lady. There go my lady.
I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like you. I wasn't going to no damn doctor. I was like, doctor, what? I'd rather have the seizure. You know what
exactly.
I mean? She forced me to go to the doctor. And
look,
like
because mine, I promise, especially with my diabetes, my woman stays on my ass. Yeah. Like she's literally threatened to leave me if I'm not doing right about myself.
Okay.
Every day at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. You take your meds.
She rides my ass like a cheap suit. And
I promise. And that scares the hell out of me to know that if I ain't doing right by myself, there's a possibility, a strong ass possibility, that my baby might leave me.
Well, it goes back to what you said in the beginning, what your mama said. Do we got to call the hospital? Do you need to go? No, then get your butt up. Same thing. She's giving you that same love that your mama did. If you don't do right, what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Hey, exactly. Quick. Hey, I just want to touch on something else real quick. Hey, there's a war going on out here, and the war is with men's mental health. All you men out there who's listening, please pay attention. You matter. Your feelings matter. Just because you was raised a certain way don't mean you have to stay that way. That's just as a kid, no one learns hate. You're not born to hate, you're taught. The same way, if you're not shown affection, you're not shown love, you'll never know what it is. And a lot of times it's not the other person who's pushing away, it's you. You're pushing yourself away. You have to break the chains. Let that hurt go, let that pain go. I can tell you right now it works. I let it go and my life changed. I said, but you have to do the work. I believe in you. They believe in you. The whole world believes in you. But don't lose track of the superstar. You're the number one. In your movie, you're the leading man. And there's people that depend on you. So if you ever feel like your back's against the wall or you can't just make that right decision, call somebody, talk to them. There's people out there that's going through the same thing you're going through. You don't got to face it alone. Real men cry.
Yes, they do.
Real men cry.
And there's a saying, if you cry, every tear you shed, you live longer. So cry.
That's right. Let it out.
Get it out.
You're not going to carry that pain. You know what I mean? You have to let that pain go. And like I said, you can't get to heaven with hate in your heart. You know, when you got hate, it breeds malice. Malice, you know what comes after that. You know what I mean? So don't get to that level. Let it out. Men, you are important. Your feelings matter. And if you don't think you got any, let something happen to one of your kids. And I bet you start crying then. So like I said, touch yourself. Reach out to some of the guys that's around you. And if you don't have none of those guys around you, I'm always available. All you got to do is reach out.
No doubt. Curtis, that was powerful, man. That was powerful, especially with men, because we tend to hold things in.
That's right.
And we be the ones that be killing our own selves. That's right. Because we be trying to play this role of toughness and being a provider and not showing no emotions.
That's right.
That's the worst thing to do.
You're not supposed to do projects. After coming out of projects or San Diego, you're not supposed to have no feelings. You're supposed to be rock hard. Your heart's supposed to be so hard that if something happened, your grandma died, you ain't supposed to cry because you're thugged out. You're a G on the streets. Man, I say F that. I say exactly. At the end of the day, your grandma the only person gonna love you, and she's teaching you how to be a man. And how to be a man ain't to be out there, be rough, tough, thugging and bugging. It's gangster is going out, taking care of your family, coming home and feeding them, make sure the lights is on. Now that's gangster. All that other stuff, that's pretending. All that what you see on TV is what you see on TV. They get paid to be there. In real life, ain't nobody gonna feed your daughter through no glass. Ain't nobody gonna feed your baby through no glass. You got to make sure you're out there feeding them, and you got to make the right decisions. I mean, literally, everybody has the same 24 hours. And only 1 second can change the rest of your day. So remember that. Be smart. You got to think about the future. You got to think about your kids. If you don't want somebody else raising them, don't go to jail.
Yes, you got to think long term. Sometimes you just got to walk away. Yes, it be burning because, hey, we know you be wanting to bash people in their head, but you have to think about long. If you hit that person and you end up in jail, and then you end up going to prison, then what?
Well, there's even crazier people out there that they carry guns everywhere they go. So they think that they can shoot you, do whatever. So you're defending yourself. Then they turn around and shoot you. Now what?
Well, I always look like this. You got to stay away from situations and environments like that. I know you can't get away from it. Stand your ground at all costs, but don't be the bully. Now, defend yourself all you want, but don't just because you got a gun. Anybody can shoot a gun.
Exactly.
It take a real man way. So when I say be a real man, I mean that there's not too many of us left, and we need every one of you guys to start standing up. Because, like I said, I'm raising boys. I'm raising boys into young men. I got a daughter here on my couch. She's my best friend. And one of you guys is your son is going to try to marry my daughter. And let me tell you, I'm a tough one. I don't play it. Don't say ma'am, sir, please and thank you. Don't even come over here.
We'll invite you over to go fishing in the lake backyard, but you might not go home.
But I'm raising young men, and them young men are supposed to hold doors. They're supposed to marry somebody's young daughter, make her the queen, and he's supposed to take care of the kingdom. So that's what we're looking for out of men. We need to start raising these young men to start being men, and we can't do it if we're behind bars. If you look into the urban communities, there's so many families that have just the mom raising the kid, and the mom can raise a boy to be a man.
Exactly.
But we can't keep using that as an excuse. We got to suck it up. Just like in the Garden of Eden, you got to know the difference between right and wrong.
There you go.
If you don't know the difference, they sure going to show you.
There you go. It all comes back up on you. I mean, because in the garden, it came back up on Adam, because Adam had something to do, and Eve went off and did what she did. Adam, it's your fault.
And the reason why I say that is, and I know this is an epilepsy based on epilepsy, is because if I wouldn't have listened to the words in my head, that Holy Spirit in my chest, I wouldn't be here with you right now. So it's possible. When people say you can't do it, you can't do it, I'm proof that you can do it. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. I mean, literally no excuses for these young men to be out here disrespecting women and things like that. You wouldn't want nobody hit your mama. You wouldn't want nobody hit your grandma. Stop doing it. The things that you want in life, you got to stop doing. You got to stop making it important to watch TikTok, learn how to tie a tie, fill out a resume, learn financial stability at a young age. Listen to these OGs who are out here spitting it because it's free. When you get older, you got to pay for it. Find you somebody in your community that you can help.
Little things like getting in the habit of cleaning your room.
That's right.
I'm amazed at the people in their 20s that just don't know basic cleanliness. I'm like,
or how to make a bed,
or how to write cursive.
Yeah. I gotta practice myself. I was like doing a card for my mom for Mother's Day. I was like, oh, I gotta practice. I
ain't gonna cap. I did a Winnie the Pooh E the other day too.
I was like, let me sit down and write something soon, because
our 12-year-old daughter is in they don't write much in school anymore. Everything is on a tablet or a computer.
Yeah.
Her printing looks like cursive.
Her handwriting is horrible, and she knows it. It's nothing she doesn't already know. She's taking a class, and it's called creative writing. I said, it's not creative writing. It's called creative computer skills. Because they don't teach them how to write cursive. Like, I learned that in elementary school. These kids these days, they don't learn it.
Hey, nowadays, everybody's got to stand up in your community, around you, your people. Start talking about this, because as long as they keep silent, epilepsy is going to stay silent. We got to be the big mouth that everybody don't want to hear. The guy in the crowd is woo, even when nothing's to woo about. You got to get it down. Like Ric Flair said, I posted the other day, I said, I'm having a hard time keeping these Gators down. Boy, I can't lie. I can't wait to get
woo, silent and bro. How do you not love Ric Flair?
I want to reply to Ashley's comment you have on the screen right now. She says she's military trained. I know she's talking about making the beds.
Oh, yeah.
Curtis is military trained too. His dad's in the military and he's had generations in it. So when we make our bed too, he gets those corners in there nice and tight. And he don't even like the sheet, but it's got to be nice and tight and fitted right.
I got a granddad that's a 2-time veteran, Vietnam and Desert Storm, and I try to stay close to him. And I made his bed. He was like, "Son, you don't know how to make no bed." I'm like, "Pop, I put all them sheets that you had folded up in that cabinet, including that one that looked off. And apparently you had that with him. So don't tell me I don't know how to make no bed. I put every sheet that you had up on there. I locked it down. I put it underneath the bed. But see, I love my granddad, because my granddad, my grandfather was basically the man that I watched and taught me how to be a man. And don't look, men need structure.
That's right.
Men don't necessarily need boys don't necessarily need to be bullied, but they do need that structure.
They
Sometimes they have to get popped in the chest.
That's right. If you don't pop them in the chest, they're gonna be a statistic with a different pop.
Exactly. You give them that structure from home, or even if you don't, yes, tough love. Even if you got nephews, and maybe because somebody's always watching you. A boy is always watching how you move. Right. So you have to move in the right way.
When I say you gotta be the example, you got
exactly. Because
a boy without a dad studies other men. We just it took
they latch on to the first thing. They latch on to the first thing that shows them attention, whether it be good or bad. And a lot of times it's bad because those cats in the hood, they don't care. They just need an extra body. So if they're gonna friend you, they're gonna be like, yeah, come on, big dog, I got something for you. And next thing you know, you serving 30 to life.
A lot of people don't realize that kids crave structure. So the sooner that they learn what structure is, and I mean like at 2 years old, like young, if they are taught structure, if they're taught structure and are kept to a consistency of it. And even when they get to high school and, it's about teaching your kids structure. You have a bedtime, you eat dinner specific time, you get up in the morning, you make your bed, you go to school. All of these things are structured. And the more structured you have, and I know that we have Ashley on and she's military. I don't mean it in that sense. I just mean like there are parents that say that they parent their kids. They don't parent their kids. They go to work, they bust their butts, they come home, their kids already home from school, doing whatever they want, making foods, doing whatever, going to bed. Mom's tired. She goes to bed at 10:30. Kids still up till 11:30 at night, waking up 5 minutes before school starts. That's not structure. Structure is making sure your kids are in bed every night. It's good for them. It helps them to be a productive citizen of this United States that we live in.
It's called morals and values. Now we call it structure now, but back when we was little, it was called morals and values. You got to instill that into them now. And then that way, when they have a friend that has epilepsy, they're not so scared to hang out with them. They're not so worried, I can catch it.
Exactly.
Educating from their friend. Can you get it from drinking water behind somebody? No, you can't. That's why you got to have a friend that is willing to understand, because if you get next to them, people are going to say, oh, well, this is what happens to Ev. You got to put a spoon in their mouth. I wish you would.
On that topic, on epilepsy, there are so many kids in the schools in the United States and so many states that aren't even trained on epilepsy, seizure prevention, any of that. And that's a huge thing for us too, because the kids, I feel, yes, adults suffer, and I feel like the elders suffer too, but children suffer because they don't know how to communicate what's going on with their body. So I think it's super important for this world to end bullying, period. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Well, it's not the world's fault. It's the parents' fault.
It's the society.
If your child is bullying another child and we bring it to your attention, you don't address it, you're the problem.
Well, and there are people that have illnesses that are the bully, and that's because they want to beat them to the punch type thing. So they figure if I'm the one who's the bully and then nobody can pick on me, nobody can say that I'm kind of quirky or I twitch or I whatever. So so it flips on both sides. And then there's some kids that have no wrongs, no nothing. They're the perfect kid. And they do pick on other kids that have disabilities, and not just epilepsy, any kind of illness or disease or, something that's not normal. But it's important to be kind to one another. Right. And then, it's so important to be kind to each other.
What did Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
There you go. Mike Tyson said it best, didn't it?
Yeah. And he was bullied as a child. But we can't use it as no excuse. Just because you were bullied don't mean you can go around bullying, because two wrong. You're right.
Exactly.
There's a world that says, they put it on camera, fight. So next thing you know, TikTok famous, instead of sitting down and discussing it like grown adults or like smart kids, because nowadays these kids are super smart. They just get fed dumb stuff and then they fall for it every time.
Exactly.
That was my point, was on when he was talking about the war and all this stuff. It's so easy to be like rambunctious in today's society with us being in the middle of a war. So I think it's just so more important. Like Curtis said, you're not born with hate in your heart. You're taught that. Hate is a taught skill. It is a taught skill. So I love everybody. I love you until you give me a reason not to love you. We need more people in the world to just love one another for no reason.
Well, even if you give me a reason, I'm not going to stop loving you. I just have to deal with you
from a distance.
That's right.
From a distance. Because you have to keep your peace. My pastor tells me that all the time.
Right.
Keep your peace. Keep your peace.
Yeah.
But I also want to say once again, because I know you guys probably got stuff to do. You're gonna end up soon, but the feed is getting the point across. I mean,
Yes.
if it wasn't for the feed, I would have never met people like you guys. You know what I mean? I would have never met you guys. And I seen you online all the time. But once we started getting to the advocate part, that's where we all started coming together. That's what we had common interests, and strong, powerful people that have common interests become a movement. And that's what I think we got going on here. It's small in the beginning, but I can see the future. And
exactly. And the ones who gonna be doing it is the ones who have it. Sometimes sometimes it take the person who's actually dealing with it to get it out there.
Just right now, we're in 3 different states, and there's 3 different states where the people watching us, or hearing us, talking about the same issues that we're talking about, because they're scared. They have no place to go vent. They be like, oh man, these people are talking about what we want to say. Instead, they're joining the conversation now. They can actually get up, speak up, and use their voice instead of sitting back. Man, I wish we had a spot.
Exactly. That's why the feed was created.
Right.
Yeah.
The feed was created for people to come in who have what we have and talk about it.
It's working. They got me from South Florida. I'm here from South Florida.
That's why we're your friend, because we all want to come to Miami.
Come on down. I mean, come on. I promise you, come on down.
I mean, we love you no matter what. You could be in North Dakota. We love you. It doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we coming. We're gonna do like a meetup. I got plans, man.
That's right. Do I hear timeshare? Look at that.
Yeah,
okay.
Podcasters do that. That was something we were talking about today. I can't tell y'all. I can't. Thank you, Ashley. By the way, I can't get too deep into it, and there are now because of what we're doing in the feed, and the faces and what we are doing South Florida and this thing. One of those things that nobody figured to do it before. It's crazy.
That's right.
And now you have some pretty successful CEOs of some pretty large companies that are interested in what we do,
right.
Because. What's that other podcast where a bunch of epileptics and caretakers get together and talk about their life and the struggle and what they're going through and their medications and their experience? What's that?
Or how can they have a podcast where on the ground shaking?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but I'm just saying the fact. I mean, I feel like it's like McDonald's figured out the drive-through. It was like
the ice cream machine's working.
Yeah.
And it ain't never working.
It's a McNo.
Exactly, man. This is basically what the feed is. I mean,
beyond the feed, we've got some really cool guests that are coming down the pipeline. So, like, I know that there's a neurologist that's going to be coming on very shortly. We spoke to our pastors last weekend, and they would be so excited to come on.
And they said they want to say a prayer. They want to bless everyone, everything we're doing, everything that the feed is doing, all our health, supernatural healing.
Amen.
I just want to say real quick too about our pastors. They're very special to us, and not because they're our pastors, but our pastor, his wife, had seizures for 2 years, and they had no idea why she was having seizures. And when Curtis had his second seizure, we were only at the church for a short amount of time. No, a couple of months, because we started in April, but we were only there for a couple of months. And I am in a women's group through my church. It's a praying wives club over our husbands. And I ended up in that group at a very specific time, right before he was diagnosed with epilepsy and having the seizures. And so when I wrote into the group on our WhatsApp thing, I had wrote, Curtis just had his second seizure. My pastor reached out to me personally and asked if she could come to our house. She came to our house, anointed the house, blessed over him, the whole everything. So these people, they're amazing creatures. And it was so comforting for me to have someone in arm's length that I could communicate with on how to help him, the best way to help him. And it was just, and then I've been in touch with so many other people in our church that we're trying to help to do good for, and they want to be guests on here. So there's just so many things down the pipeline for education wise for people just to take a part of. I think this is not just a feed. This is a movement.
There we go.
Absolutely.
There we go. I mean, in the way that I look at it, especially with epileptics. Now, the story about Paul, Apostle Paul, um, I when he met Jesus on Damascus Road, because he felt like he was doing the right thing, went blind for 10 days. When he came back to, he found out that he actually was doing it wrong. He went from being the one up top to being the one on the bottom with the Jews. And I found out, I was told this, that the thorn in his side was actually epilepsy. And he asked God to get rid of it. But the Lord never got rid of it, and it kept him humble. And Paul stayed up on that journey. Remember, he had 4 different journeys to where he went across spreading the message and spreading the word. So if anybody needs some type of encouragement, believing in God, think about Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul had epilepsy, and Apostle Paul was one of he wrote, I think, 13 books in the New Testament. Right after Luke, that's when Paul started writing. And that's one thing that inspires me. Be like, hey, from the beginning, somebody had it, but they kept going, they kept moving, because Paul spreaded the message of the Lord, and the Lord kept him safe. Even when he was in prison at that time, he sent angels to blind those people who had them in prison and got them out. But so don't ever think that because of what you're dealing with, that God doesn't have your side, because it's been going on since the dawn of time. And I don't know if it's right to pick a favorite, but Paul is my favorite. Paul is my favorite one, because Paul dealt with the same thing that I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
But it's continuing to spread that word and continuing to move in the way that the Lord wanted him to move. So y'all continue to move. It's out there. It's been out there since the dawn of time. But one thing about the Lord is always going to be up on your side. Always going to be up on your side, no matter what it is that you deal with. If we actually have somebody that we studied in the Holy Word that dealt with the same thing that we deal with every day. So keep that. Keep that. If ever you feel low, just think about Paul. Think about how God stayed with Paul. He didn't get rid of that thorn in his side, but he stayed with him. Everything that he needed, he gave him everything that he needed. And Paul went down fighting. Paul was spreading that word, spreading the good word, letting people know, hey, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to be doing like this. And this is basically, we are all Paul, because we're spreading the message, letting people know, hey, this is the way that it's supposed to be done. You're doing it wrong. The Lord says that you have to do it like this. We ain't doing nothing but spreading the message, which is why I always call this group a divine ordinance. Since the day that it first started, this right here is divine, because if it wasn't supposed to be here, it would have already stopped. It would have already been gone. But the fact that every day it grows and people constantly come on, keep adding themselves to it, it's gonna be something big.
That's right. And truthfully, a lot of it is you got to have faith in yourself. It's not so much it's there's a greater power, but the faith comes from inside you. You have to believe in you when you get up in the morning. You can't be like, well, I can't do it today. God's not gonna help. He woke you up. That's the blessing. Now you got to get up on your own feet, and you got to face the day. The day is not going away. It's gonna be there. You know what I mean? It might get dark. The next day might come, but it's always gonna be a day. You still got to get up. You got to motivate yourself. You got to have faith in your journey and put weight behind it. That's the only thing that's going to save you. No one's coming to save you. You got to save yourself.
There you go. Walking in your essence. Walk in your essence every day, baby. Walk up in it.
Right.
Walk up in it. Because epilepsy can only do so much. You're stronger than epilepsy. You are.
That's right.
The word blatantly says, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
There you go. There you go, Mike. There you go, Mike.
That's the power. And also, Jesus said, when he was casting out demons and healing, he said, greater things than this you will do in my name through faith. And yeah, man, through faith has delivered me. I'm sure we can all three say
Yes.
We could all three tell
Amen.
stories on why we should stop.
Amen. Hey, I promise. I promise.
Even people that I knew didn't really follow God. When something bad happened to them, the first thing they didn't say, "Oh, 40-ounce bottle." They didn't say, "Oh, bag of weed." They said, "Oh God, oh,
Yeah.
oh Lord." That's the first thing. Oh Lord. So
if y'all don't believe that, pay attention to the Israelites up in the Old Testament.
that's right.
They
Or just
called
pay
on
attention.
God. They called, look, and then they would just be messing up, end up in slavery. Then they call upon God. Then God came down and they were like, "Holy Jehovah, thank you, thank you, thank you." And then they'll go right back to doing with all the dumb stuff that they were doing.
And people say, well, they don't believe in God. I said, but you hoard money. And on the back of that bill, it says, "In God we trust." So if you don't like God, give me some of that money.
See, it ain't that they don't believe in God. They know about God. They just choose not to follow God. Now,
And
a lot of people who might not know Confucius and Buddha, but everybody knows who God is, even the atheists. You know who he is. You just choose not to follow him.
I don't want to get too deep, but man, when you understand that your money is not backed by anything, then absolutely it's in God we trust. Okay. Like the money was backed by gold kind of thing, and now they just print it and say it's worth stuff.
That's right. You gotta have so much gold before you can print money.
Yeah, and then as soon as somebody's like, "I don't think it's worth that," we go blow them up. You know what I mean? Be like, "Well, they was talking," So don't talk about my money and you won't get hurt. So anyway, regardless of that, yes, in God we trust, on our money. Amen. Let's go.
Yeah. If you haven't tried God, try the Lord one day. My boy Sam Cooke in the Soul Stirrer said that if you haven't tried God, try the Lord one day and watch him make a way. Watch him.
She's over here, right? She's over here.
I'm blowing in his ear, trying to give him wet willies.
I'm like, dang.
It's lucky we're almost done. Okay, so as we close out, I wanted to ask you guys a very important question, not necessarily epilepsy based, but I wanted to ask you the Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team.
Oh my God.
Greatest team ever or best team you've ever seen with your eyes?
Hey,
I was wondering, which one of those would you say?
I'm glad y'all got rid of James
Harden.
D.
I'm none of the above.
Hey, right now I'm gonna say this year because ain't nobody else I'd rather watch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a Heat fan, so
I don't care about the Thunder. I'm a Laker fan till I die. Now they just swept us like we wasn't nothing. They swept us like we wasn't nothing, which I already knew that it was gonna happen.
I did. I'm blaming Hachimura. That's who did it. It wasn't nobody else but Hachimura.
No, Hachimura was out there making them threes.
I'm just
Hachimura was out there making them threes.
You got to figure out something because we didn't win one game.
Man, I'm telling you.
They gave us a shit roll.
If I knew I was going to be a podcast with Laker fans, man, I would have brought my broom.
You see, Ashley said, "Who that?
Man, and then look, Mike gonna keep doing it. Mike gonna keep doing it. But
I'm gonna keep doing it all the way through the playoffs till the championship.
Look, y'all. If y'all a Laker fan, or if the Thunder have beaten you,
it had for them to get rid of James Harden and Kevin Durant to win a championship.
That's
bad.
I mean, Westbrook because they didn't win Harden in Cleveland.
I still got my autographed Serge Ibaka shirt, man. I'm a real one.
Yeah, let's see if Paul be talking that when they play the Spurs again.
Yeah, that's our next one probably. That's gonna be our next one. It's gonna be brutal.
Yeah,
Spurs and Thunder they just don't like each other, right?
They don't, but you gotta watch Wemby. He's 7'9", hitting people in the forehead with elbows.
Exactly. And then not getting suspended, not owing no money or nothing.
He's in the league causing epilepsy. You're like, dang.
I hear that. But our guys are small. That's the whole thing. We're quicker. You know what I mean? We'll make them look dumb. You know what I mean?
Look. Y'all might know because Wemby is actually fast for his size. I mean, he's 230.
Number 2, boy. I'm like, dang, he's hit them jumpers, boy.
Yes.
Off the ground.
Yeah.
Man. Look, we gonna find out, Mike, when they play every Friday, we want you to talk about the game that y'all play against Spurs. Every Friday, you critique it. So you let us know.
Oh, it's going down. Oh, I'm gonna teach y'all. What being a champion is, you know what I mean? Because y'all over there in 2026 still hoping the Lakers do something. I mean,
look, it's better.
I love y'all.
LeBron just need to go sit down.
Shaq's coming out of retirement.
Exactly. The spirit of Kobe gonna come up on somebody, and hey, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Here comes Robert Orion, Derek Fisher.
There you go. Clutch. And here comes Derek Fisher with that 0.4 3-pointer.
Good night, Ashley. Thanks for joining us.
We love you, Ash.
All right, Ashley.
Curtis back on. Ashley, do me a favor. Drop a DM to me if you would ever want to be on, and we'll have you on a Friday night. Thank you. Yes. All right. Yeah. No. Thunder gonna take it all. We're gonna two-peat. We're just too good, too deep. We have a ton of number one draft picks.
You know what? I can't wait. I can't wait till y'all play the Spurs. Because I don't care about neither one on winning. Whoever wins in the West is gonna win the finals.
Why you should want the Thunder to win because I'm your friend then, right?
Like, they ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
okay,
I'm gonna
look.
I'm gonna have to go with a team to beat mine, so I'm gonna have to root for OKC. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like any of the other teams. And really, if you're not a real Spurs fan, only reason people like the Spurs is because of Wemby. So
look, my mom was a real Spurs fan.
You guys won. There's some bandwagon Spurs fans that don't even know who Robinson is.
There are.
Tim Duncan, who was that? Does he get caught?
Yes, the best power forward ever. The best power forward ever. And I remember when they won that first one, when David Robinson was on it. My mama was looking at the screen, just singing her little song, "Here's to you, Mr. Robinson." I'm like,
the Admiral.
Yes.
Let's change the pace real quick because I haven't to ask Enrique a question. Enrique, how long have you been home? How are you feeling?
Oh, I've been home since Saturday. I actually would have had left on that Friday, but I had to wait an hour for 3 chicken tenders and some pumpkin fries, and my sugar dropped down to 28. I'm sitting there waiting for some food that they probably was gonna end up giving me for dinner. My nurse literally gave me some snacks to eat while I waited. 2 packs of goldfish
and some ice chips.
And some what was it? Some graham crackers or whatnot. And I was on the call with my lady, just talking to her. Then I literally felt my body get hot, and my sugar started dropping. I pressed the button, and I let her know, and she came in and checked it twice. It was 28. Started pumping all the little insulated sugar and whatnot. Was giving me things to eat because I would have been at home on Friday. Yeah. But I was so angry. I was in a custody and whatnot. And the endo doctors came in. They said, "Do you feel comfortable?" Actually, my nurse came and asked me first. And I was like, "No," because the fact that this just happened, I need to be observed for one more night. But I'm feeling well. I'm feeling great. I'm blessed. Even though I was up in there, hey, God been up on me. God stays up on me. He keep his hands up on me. I got so many scars and bruises, but they just show how the Lord ain't never let me go.
Well, I know what all the scars and bruises you got double that in prayer, so I know it's gonna work.
I appreciate all of them, man. I appreciate all of them. I promise I do. I promise. I appreciate
one's down in the community. We all down. We here to lift everybody up.
There we go. Straight blessings, man. I promise. Like when I heard that y'all was on there praying about me and mentioning me, man, it touched my heart. It touched my spirit. I was so appreciative because I was gonna come up on there, but my room didn't have no door. It had like a little screen, and everybody on the hall had a screen. So I was on the hall with a whole bunch of old people, and they were nodding down right before 9 o'clock. So I tell Mike, I ain't gonna be able to come on, man, because it's gonna be too loud.
You're like, man, they ain't about it. I'm like, yeah, no, it's cool. Plus, I wanted him to rest. I was like, dude, even if you did want to come, I'd probably make you rest.
That's right.
And you were like,
well, I'm fine for a couple minutes, like 10, 15, like just to show my face and to say what's up.
I'm not gonna lie, both of y'all had pretty exhausting weeks, and it's
really ain't me. It's Mike. It's Mike. Mike is the one that
to see both you guys here doing what you love to do. When you had every excuse to lay down, you didn't. You got up, you put that microphone in front of you, you got up, you told your story, and that's what this community is about. It's not about laying down. You broke the stigma. You beat the stigma by coming here on this show today. So as we say, break the stigma. Y'all showed it. Y'all leading the forefront on that. So we appreciate you guys.
Well, Kurt, you need to add yourself. You and Ashley need to add yourselves up in the picture too, man. Because y'all got something going on down there in South Florida, and y'all get up on saying the same thing. So hey, everybody up in this group, everybody that's up in this group, whether they be actual epileptics or caretakers, y'all break the stigma. Y'all break the stigma. And y'all spreading it. Y'all spreading the news. Y'all spreading the good word about, look, this is what actually happens. I mean, we got Heather, we got Lisa, we got all the other ones who might have lost a child. They are actually advocating. Going out doing
especially Lisa has got the biggest heart out of any pro. We touched on this last time. She had every reason to walk away from epilepsy, and she didn't. She kept it. She kept it on the tip of her tongue. And what she's doing now, she's using Judah's story to make history, and that's what it's doing. History is being made, and that's because she is opening her mouth. She's traveling to other countries, other states. She's talking about it here. She's talking about it there. She's just all over it, and it's because of her that we're able to do what we're doing. And like I said, here at Epilepsy Awareness South Florida, it's the same thing. We love everyone equally. We want you to come here. We want you to feel safe. We want you to be safe. We want your people to feel comfortable. If you got a story, please come tell it. If you just have a bad day, just come watch. You know what I mean? If you need a prayer, say something. If you need to get a hold of Mike, get on there and shout him out. He'll come on. You say his name, he'll be there. So Henry, you say his name, he'll appear. I'm telling you.
I don't know if you guys saw wrestling, but that's one of the characters is Joe Henry on WWE Wrestling.
Say his name, he showed up.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Mike, you say
this
up here.
Yeah, it's so good. This page, guys, it's 788. Come on, let's go.
We started this in December, and like I said, we didn't think it was going to take off the way it took off. And a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not a lot. That's enough for me. That's a kingdom's worth." If I had one person on that group, even if it was just me, it's worth it because somebody's going to see it. And it's not for everybody, but those who it's for is right now. They're on that page.
I want to say something real quick before we close out. I have a girlfriend that I went to high school with. I'm going to give her a shout out real quick. Her name is Angela Walls. She joined the page before she even knew her son had epilepsy. And she wrote me a couple weekends ago. And she said, if it wasn't for your page, I wouldn't have half of the answers to my questions answered. She goes, this has helped me so much so that when we go to this neurologist for the first time, I'll know exactly what questions to ask. And if I feel like medication's not working for him, I'll be an advocate for my son to get the medication that he needs, because I repost these feeds on our page as well so other people can watch them. But it just goes to show you that you may not think somebody's watching, but they're watching.
Amen. No doubt. That's the thing. Hey, advocation. That's it. Being advocates. We know a couple people. The advocacy is one of the main things. And there's somebody that we have here in our town. And like when I tell you she is the MVP of advocacy, her name is Rose Howell. And her daughter, Ashley Howell, has epilepsy. And Ashley is my hero. I mean, literally, I never had nobody that I ever looked up to. I had people I didn't want to be like, but Ashley is the bomb. When I tell you she has got the biggest heart, she goes, like, she has a lot of seizures. I mean, a lot. She's got POTS on top of it, but she gets up every day with a smile on her face. And like I said, just her passion alone gives me hope that, what I'm going through is going to be okay, because she lives with it way worse than I do. So when I get to feeling sorry for myself, I look at her, and like I said, she's my hero. So if you ever hear me say my hero, it's Ashley Howell. Shout out to Ashley Howell, no doubt. Shout out. And her mom Rose. Her mom Rose is amazing. Mom Rose, shout out to them. They're some of the most classy, best people that you'll ever meet in your life. And like I said, if I would have never had epilepsy, I would have never met them.
Our pastor, who I was telling you about, introduced us from our church. So the community is big, and they need people like us in it. And I think that, like I said before, this is a movement. It's not just a phase. We're not going away. We're going to be here every Friday. Come join. If anybody wants to come on and tell their story, reach out to Michael C. Hall on Facebook. Reach out to Michael, and let's have some special guests.
Enrique Willis. And just check this out. Every day that you get up, you have a chance to be great. Everybody's given the same 24-hour period. If you don't take care or advantage of your period, you can't be mad at any of us. Exactly. So please, put your feet down, get in there, swing for the fences, and let's kick epilepsy in the teeth.
There you go. There you go. Let's put it down like the Spurs gonna put the Thunder down.
No, sorry, no.
I had to do it, Mike.
We were doing so good, Enrique.
I had to do it, Mike. Look, I had to do it. Look, we do that. You know we do that. We be joking and all that. Look, we know and you know what? Before we get off, I have to send a special shout out to Andrew from Great Value, United States, that's up there in Canada. Come on, man.
I was gonna ask about him. Like, where's the Canadian in the house?
Yeah.
Andrew, come on back home, man.
Carolina Hurricanes kicked that butt.
Look, exactly. Come on, man. Come on, the person who stays up there where they talk about the temperature with Celsius.
Budweiser's better than Labatt's Blue.
There you go.
That's not how we get it back.
Andrew, man, we love you, bro. Come on back home, man.
Maple Leafs and Moose forever, bro. Come back, bro. We need you, man. We love it. Let's go,
Come on, man. And look, you gotta get up on here. You gotta be tough, and you got to roast back. Don't just let us roast you and you just be like whatever. No, say something back, man. Because until you start saying something back, you're gonna catch it every time we see you.
You better have all
that Great Value bread up in that blue. Yeah, the blue and the red package.
He had on that hoodie and it wasn't even cold out.
Look, he had on a hoodie and a little top right underneath it.
He had a beanie on. It's 90 outside.
Yeah, had a beanie and a hoodie on.
30 Celsius.
That's how Canadians dress up, though. You know what I mean? That's how they look fresh. You know? Got a podcast to do. Gonna put on the good coat, eh?
There you go, man. We hope we didn't bring you up, man. We were not trying to do that. If we did, come on, Andrew, dude, we ain't got nothing but love for you, man. For real.
I mean, he was able to buy that because they get free health care. You know what I mean?
So you got it good, man. You ain't got no excuse to be like, you got no excuse not to be coming on, man. Come on, man.
Epilepsy man's for everybody.
Exactly.
We'll blow up your streamer channel if you come on, man. I'll make sure we blow it.
Exactly. No doubt. We'll shout you out for real, man. We'll tag you up in the group. Come on with your energy, your little energy water, the Celsius. Come on, man.
That's right.
Peace. Absolutely. Hey guys, make sure you follow Faces of Epilepsy on Facebook. Join the group. Drop a message. We love to get to know you. We love to hear from you. If you are struggling, it's okay, man. Drop it in the chat. We tried to have a very open-hearted situation. You know, we don't judge you. We understand everybody's going through different things in their lives. And our job is to forgive and try to help. And you know, you can't do that and kind of be a hater at the same time. So not a lot of haters around us. You try to get rid of them quick so you can come and have strong, amazing people like Curtis and Ashley, and Enrique, and Courtney, and Lisa, all there for you. So I'm not
gonna be prayer up on there every day. It's gonna be something.
You got a superstar team behind you.
Exactly. Basically. Hey, come on, join the team, man. Come on,
we're the Johnny Cochran of epilepsy.
Exactly. Yeah. We already got people who be looking at us different. Look, we live just like they live. Get up on and live. Come on, man.
Every day we live. And then, of course, Epilepsy Awareness South Florida. Please go there and follow as well. It's amazing. It's inspirational. I will tell y'all firsthand experience as a grown man going through seizures, man. When I was in the hospital, of course, I thought of them. But as I walked out of that hospital, I was thanking God for Curtis and Enrique and Ashley and the group. And it's weird. It is weird to have epilepsy for almost a decade and never have anything to be thankful for or people you felt like you could genuinely talk to. And they would understand. You wouldn't come off like a punk or be judged or weird or anything like that. So I want to let you know that's why we do all of this, is so you can have that too.
That's right.
So that's all I got. We love you. We mean it. PT Pod, the day job. Please go there, like, share, and subscribe. Enrique and me do the sports show on Tuesday nights. We're gonna get Curtis on one night when he's.
That's right. We gotta do it. Let's go Giants, baby.
Yeah, come on, Curtis. Trust me, Curtis, man. You gonna get up on there on the Tuesdays?
Okay, I'm with it.
Man,
Down.
look, prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself to laugh. Trust me.
I'm gonna wear my Vikings helmet. I got the whole outfit. It's going down.
Well, come on there with it on then, man.
I got it in case they start throwing zingers, I can block them.
Got to protect his head.
That's right.
There you go. That's why you're wearing the helmet. Yeah.
I'm gonna get one of them Guardian helmets, the big one.
Man, it's gonna be off the chain. Okay, I'll just say this, man. Tuesday gonna be off the chain because right now a big slap fight is going down. So we're gonna have a lot of material about the big slap fight right now going down.
Hey, that slap fight is something else.
Man,
a good friend of ours who does slap fight, who's been on a ton of our shows. I think Enrique's been on a stream with him. And Luke Simons fought tonight, and he already won, and we're happy about that. So, you know,
congratulations. Slapping the taste out of people's mouth one round.
I promise. I ain't never seen nobody face just vibrate the way that they do when they get smacked.
They put it in slow motion though. Ooh, boy, you see the whole jaw exposed. His whole spirit came out.
Oh my God. I feel for them if they got a woman and they lose that fight.
He knows a
Oh my God. She'll never look at him again. When they get the argument, she'll be like, you better shut up or I get an old dude to smack in your face like he did.
All she gonna go is like this. He gonna be running. Ooh. I'm not scared.
I ain't trying to get hit like that. I would never want to be a step like that. Okay, bet.
To hear.
Yo, man, tonight was a great night. The Lord was moving up in this place. If I can leave y'all with anything, hey, it's keep on going, keep on moving, keep that spirit, and know that you are great. You are great. You have epilepsy. Epilepsy doesn't have you.
Amen.
And remember that you're not a punk. Remember to keep on going, because it's a blessing to be able to wake up. And although you might wake up with it, hey, know that you are still strong and you can still move. You can move and you can live your life every day. Every day. And we thank y'all, everybody that was up in the chat, everybody who was watching. And hey, we just want to thank y'all and let y'all know that we love y'all. And hey, we're going to be here and we're going to be here every day. Even if it's not up on the podcast on Friday, we're going to be here every day. Every day for y'all. We love y'all. We thank y'all. And we're going to holler at y'all. This is Enrique from the F.E.E.D. I'm out.
Peace.